So I had this situation in one of my WeChat career groups for foreigners earlier tonight, where a foreign headhunter posted a link to a page with job openings. Without even checking it, I rhetorically asked my standard question, how many of those jobs don't require Mandarin fluency? Another guy said, considering that the job ads are all written in Chinese, probably answers the question. I replied to him, you're right, that's why I never check job ads in China anymore. Then I asked this headhunter guy, how many of foreign placements have you done so far this year out of your total number of recruitments? Slightly embarrassed, he replied, not as many as we could hope for. Okay, I see. I presume that's euphemism for zero. Often in instances like these, there's always someone who says, well, in China today, you need to be unique, you need to speak Chinese, and you need to have a long-term vision. And every time I'm like, what the fuck? I've always been told I'm unique, that every human is inherently unique. How can I be more unique than I already am? And how can learning Chinese make me more unique when there's already 1.4 billion other Chinese that already do that? Isn't it enough that I have a PhD, I'm an engineer, I'm a consultant, professor, already speaking 6 foreign languages? And how can you expect me to have a vision when my previous 5 already have been shattered by following poor advice from self-proclaimed experts? I find it very interesting with these so-called self-proclaimed gurus, where someone who happens to be successful in retrospect identifies some sort of key success factors that they themselves believe are the reasons for their success, when it mostly are all just about things like timing and luck. Although these factors might certainly help, they are by no means guarantee for success. Just because you practice tennis every single day doesn't guarantee that you will become the next Roger Federer. And more importantly, how enticing is it to being forced to completely reinvent yourself and start from scratch where you were 20 years ago, when there are places in the world where you're just fine the way you are? I realize that many of these WeChat groups have a tendency to turn into religious cults where you're no longer allowed to criticize a pertinent narrative. I don't know how many times I've been criticized for being too negative, when all I want is helping people from avoid falling into pitfalls. Something to ponder. And with that, I thank you for your attention and see you again in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.